Hey. Oh, you want it? There you go. There you go. What up? What's going on, guys? Hey, Nickel Bud. Yeah. What do you want now? Oh my gosh. Lennon. What's up, guys? Go live early and we'll provide 5 million likes. I don't believe you. Hey. Hey. Hey, Nickel Bud. What's going on? I'm on baby duty for like 10 more minutes. So we're just hanging out. What's up, Redfish? How's it going, man? Oh, you want my mouse, huh? You want to be a gamer? Oh, is that what you want? Please don't end this stream. Look at that. We're dropping frames again. Comcast told me they fixed it. They fixed nothing. Guys, I have really good news. You want to hear the news? This is good news. Actually, it's kind of good news for everyone here. But it's mostly good news for me. You guys want to hear the good news? Got an email less than an hour ago saying we're ready for you to install Google Fiber. Oh my gosh. Our days of Comcast are coming to an end. Because I'm sitting here, I've already dropped 220 frames since the stream started. Can't handle it. It can't handle 13 megabits per second. 13. I pay for 35. Oh my goodness. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah? Hey. Hey. Lennon. Lennon. Oh. Oh. Really? Honto desu ka? Oh. Oh. Yeah? You want more? Oh. Oh. That was a big one. Oh. We've been on Comcast for a year. They've been a nightmare. I think it's over, guys. I think it's over. Yeah? Why is it naturally wired into a dad's brain to throw our children into the air? I don't know. But you're not wrong. So as soon as this stream's over, they gave me a number to call to get it set up. I'm calling them the moment this stream ends. Hit triple-digit subs? Congrats! Dude, you love to see it. Oh. 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 Hey. She's getting so big. No, not the microphone. I know you like microphones. Hey. Are you stinky? No, it's just baby powder smell. Hey. What you looking at? No? That's a new recent thing. Is her shaking her head no. Loving the guitars? Call them on stream, call Google. What, set up an appointment for them to come by? That's boring. Just call and set up an appointment with Google on stream. Shut up, John. Shut up. Idiot. Is John really dumb? Oh. Yeah? Oh. 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 Hey, do you think we should call Lennon? Do you think we should call Google Fiber on stream? Do you think we should call Google Fiber on stream? Lennon, do you think we should call Google Fiber on stream? What a buzzkill. Seriously? You never stop doing that. You know you're a disappointment sometimes? You won't even let me use you for content. Show us how streamer Senpai makes a Google Fiber appointment. What an important lesson to learn for streamers. You gotta stop this. My fiance is watching, is gonna watch another baby. I already have 3. Hey fiance. Hey Lennon, look. Hey Lennon, look. Look. Look at this. Does she want another baby? Our baby's the best. She's looking at herself now. Our baby's the best. How old is she? She is coming up on 9 months. She's 8.5 months. New STREAMBEATS song's a banger. Dude, I'm so pumped about it. Tuonto's fantastic. He did such a great job. He came over, he flew in here from LA and just absolutely crushed it. We shot a video too, by the way. Really, really excited for you guys to see it. We have a ton of work to do on it. It's not just like a fun little, we shot a music video. Like, months and months of work are going into this. Oh, what are you looking at? Are you confused by all the lights in the ceiling? For those of you wondering what we're doing, so I had light fixtures installed and they were Leviton and they were awful and they were $5,000 and they were 90s tech and we couldn't get them to work, and even Leviton came out here, flew out here twice from LA, couldn't get them to work. So I sent them back. I didn't know they were the electrician, it was like a 65-year-old electrician who clearly is stuck in the 90s. Did you just really call your child a disappointment? I'm not gonna lie to her. If she's disappointing me, I'm gonna call her a disappointment. For legal reasons, that's a joke. No, he didn't tell me how much they were. He bought 90s tech for $5,000 on my budget without telling me. And then we couldn't get them to work. So send them back. Oh, after we couldn't get them to work, I asked how much they were and he told me. And I was like, we're sending them back. This is ridiculous. Elgato sent me 8 light strips. 8, they came in yesterday. 8 light strips. I should say 2 light strips and 6 light strip extensions. So that way I only have to plug them in like twice. And we're gonna make 2 fixtures. I'm gonna build 2 fixtures and we're gonna fill both of them with Elgato light strips. And we're gonna see, how well it works. I gotta build it. First, I just hung them out here. You can see it better here. I just hung them from the railings on the ceiling. I wanted to see how well it would light the room. Let me just give you an example. Okay, look. This is how I was lighting the room before. Let me turn these off. This was the lighting in the room before. This is the lighting in the room now. And we're only getting like half the light out of it. These things are just like dangling. Half of them are pointing up against a black ceiling. Like, this is not optimal. We got piles of it on the ground. Like, this is not optimal lighting. You all right? You okay there? Like, this is not where they're gonna stay. I want to put them like in optimal fixtures with diffusion and everything, and their RGB if we really want to do. You done? Yeah, they're the Elgato light strips, so they are RGB. I don't think they're going to be like blindingly bright, but I have a window in here. Do you not like the light strips? Should we have gone with a different company? Is Elgato stuff bad? Okay. She'll be. Lennon, you're embarrassing me. Hey. Maybe you need to just be thrown around a little bit more. Hey. Whenever I do that, I try to keep her head like in one spot. Like a gimbal. But yeah, so I'm gonna be building light fixtures to put these in and then wiring them up. Hey you. This needs to stop. Zarin, thank you for the 7 months. How do you come up with the ideas for your videos? Do you sit down with other people and bounce ideas off each other, or do you just do whatever? So we've moved the videos back to once a week so I can focus on like setting up music production, so I can focus on this channel, which should be starting soon. It's amazing how many things are on my list. I need to prioritize better. But in general, that's only 4 videos a month. When I was doing 8 videos a month, there were 2 or 3 that were a struggle, and it was very clear I was like reaching, and I hated that. And then here, I know what you want. Nope, this way. There. Here all day, every day. This is her favorite noise. You good? Okay, no more. But yeah, no, with 4 a month, I'm actually pushing videos back because new gear comes out and I have to make a video on it, and the stuff that's not time sensitive, like we've got the next video is a video of the Rodecaster Pro 2, which I've actually hooked up and it's sitting over there. It's what combines my Mac and my PC, so I can do music stuff. I can do music stuff on the Mac and send it over to the stream. And I filmed that like 2 weeks ago, and it's just been pushed back because stuff gets in the way. Like, it's been pushed back so much, there's been a new update. I need to add something to the video. We've got one more Fiverr video coming out, and that was meant to come out like earlier this month. That's not coming out until like mid-August. Because stuff happens. We got another... Hey, she is making the noise. Until you come in, and now she's super happy.
Was she doing that?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
I was 4 minutes late.
Yeah.
Thank you, Daddy.
Uh-huh. It's still going.
Wait, grab his finger. Grab it. Okay, we'll let you get back to stream.
Okay.
Thanks, chat, for letting me get some stuff done. See ya.
Love you. Anyway, just to finish answering the question, yeah, there is, when we're only doing 4 videos a month, I've got like 2 or 3 months worth of content already lined up, just because there is stuff. There's just always new stuff. There's always new gear. There are things that have been on my mind for forever. I can plan out longer, Because I know like, okay, I've got 2 videos before. Like if I had 2 videos planned and I needed a 3rd video, I couldn't go and do like I'm doing a top webcam of 2022 next month. Like, and I'm going over I own almost every single webcam that's been released over the last couple years. And, but there were like 2 or 3 that I was missing that I really wanted on there. And if I was doing 2 videos a week, that would give me 1 week to prep for it. And like, I can't get those out. So I'd put it on the back burner and it wouldn't end up getting ordered, and that would end up just sitting there because I would need to focus on whatever video was gonna be there. So I didn't have time to focus on that one. Anyway, but now if I have 2 videos set, that gives me like 2 to 3 weeks to make sure I have that ready. And so I can reach out to companies, be like, hey, I'm missing this webcam and this webcam, and I feel like they'd be really great contenders for it. I've never even gotten to try them. They're webcams that people have asked me about, and I want a solid opinion on. Can you send them to me? And I've got 3 webcams coming in this week, just so I can get like a full understanding of webcam quality. Oh, so that'll probably be near the end of August. Probably third week of August-ish. Hair's looking swole. I've actually been getting back to the gym. I just need to be less swole here. I don't know what the deal is. I eat super healthy. I go to the gym almost every day. I rarely have Red Bull anymore. Like, if there's one thing that's keeping me out of shape, it's the occasional Red Bull, but like, that's gone down to like 1 or 2 a week. And I can't get rid of this crap. It's just being 30, being 33. Logitech made like 4 different C920s. Yeah, like there's the C920E. There's a bunch of them. C922, which is pretty much the exact same. Jorge, welcome back for 14 months. On the moon. That's a moon membership for 14 months. Welcome back, man. Thank you. Oren, thank you for the 5 months. It's great to be here. How's your Unreal Engine journey going? I am not diving into Unreal Engine. I decided to dive into Maya instead because it's more, if I'm going to learn anything with animation, I want to learn character animation. I'd really like to dive into that. We have a character, we have a rig that I really, really want to learn, and that I really want to make content with. And so if I'm going to learn anything, it's going to be character animation. If I'm going to learn character animation, it makes sense to do it in Maya. Especially since I've got a business partner in Senpai Animation who is literally an industry professional at Maya. What drink is that one? This is the Bai Bubbles. These have like 1 gram of sugar. We're good. Can you start streaming at 3 a.m.? I'm moving to Japan in August. How about we just move to Japan together? How are you moving to Japan? I want to move to Japan. Kenzie and I have actually talked about it. If the music gets to a point, like especially like if one thing I really, really want, more than I want to learn animation, I want to learn, and I'm diving into it today, I want to learn lo-fi production. If I can get the hang of lo-fi production and make content around lo-fi production, which would be so cool to be like a lo-fi content creator. Like on this channel, do like lo-fi, like music creation and animation, and just like have this channel be all about the fact that we like Senpai Records and Senpai Animation. We've got the Senpai Gaming channel. I want to make this channel about the process behind Senpai Animation and Senpai Records. And make it more personality based, make it more vloggy, have some fun, make content that I just want to make some shorts. If I can get good at that, if I could like get to a point where I've got a good audience listening to lo-fi and I'm just like chilling in the room making lo-fi, do you know how much of a dream it would be to like build a small little studio in Japan? Not anything serious like we got over here, like the Senpai Record studio, just like a bedroom, like this, but 1 step further, that's like more designed around music. This is a streaming studio that can make music. I would want to make a home music studio that can stream. Just out of a room, nothing crazy. But like, soundproof it a little bit better. Get my equipment set up a little bit better. That'd be really dope. Have my streaming PC like not necessarily be a gaming setup. I guess it could be like, I've got a beast of a gaming setup. I'm gaming in 4K, 144 hertz. I'd be happy, you know, just a little 1440p, 120 hertz, much smaller PC that's not as hot. Just mostly for streaming and then occasional games. Don't you already have that in the recording studio? Yeah, but I want it in Japan. That's the thing. I want it in Japan. And I don't need a studio like we got over there. Plus Ryan's over there. Ryan's in there every day. Like, I can't make that my main producing space because Ryan works full time in there, 9 to 5. He leaves at like 6. Sometimes he's streaming GTRP and like he doesn't leave until 2 a.m. Like, I can't count on making music in there. I'm gonna be making music in here. I've got nice big speakers. I've got a good setup here. But it'd be cool to have a place in Japan. Japan doesn't have visas, so about 90% of the planet can just move to their country. I feel like that's not true. I feel like it's really hard to move to Japan. Maybe I'm wrong. What's Ryan's channel? Ryan King? I want to say it's Ryan King, but it's spelled with RY4NKING. The 2 vowels are numbers. How when did you learn to play? Learn to play what? Guitar? In my dorm room. I had no friends my freshman year. I went to college out of state and didn't make any friends my freshman year. Just sat in the dorm and played guitar all day. Played a lot of metal. That'll get you good really fast if you play a lot of metal. Took PewDiePie forever to move to Japan? Yeah. How do you get your videos to fit so nicely on phones? So on YouTube, you can change your aspect ratio to whatever you want. And so my aspect ratio is a 2:1 ratio. So normally it's 16:9. So 16 wide, 9 tall. But if you go out from 16 to 18:9, so just a little bit wider, 18:9 is the same as 2:1. So instead of doing, so I stream in 1440p, but instead of doing 2560 by 1440, I actually just shrink in the top to bottom ratio. So it's not 1440p tall, it's actually 1280 tall. 2560 by 1280. And then the app automatically resizes it and it fits on wide phones really well. So that's like perfect for iPhones. Phones with a notch, that's right before it hits the notch. So we do all of our videos in a 2:1 aspect ratio. Our YouTube videos are in 4096 by 2048. Neko's getting bigger and bigger. I'm pretty sure he's full grown at this point. But he's big. He's a year old. What'd you go to school for? Sound recording technology. I did my first 3 years at the University of Utah studying jazz composition, which I didn't listen to jazz. It was, the University of Utah doesn't have a very diverse music program. They have jazz and they have classical and they have composition and they have performance. So jazz composition, jazz performance, classical composition, classical performance, and then they have music education if you want to be a music teacher. That's it. That's all they had. And so after 3 years, I transferred to BYU, Brigham Young University here in Provo, Utah, because they had a sound recording technology program where you'd learn to use, basically you learn, it's now called commercial music, but teaching you to be in the music industry. It was okay. I dropped out. I wasn't learning anything. Talented people there, but definitely not preparing any. I mean, you can leave, and it's just like any other degree. You could leave. There were a handful of people that did nothing but school, and they were devoted to their degree and everything, and they got their degree and they left, and they're like, I still don't know how to record a song. I still don't know how to produce a song. Ryan, that's where I met Ryan. Ryan and I were classmates. While he was there, he was working at a local professional studio, recording bands, recording artists, and producing his own music and being in a band. And so, I mean, you have to take the principles you learn in school and apply them into something you're actually doing. And that's what he did. And I think that applies to almost any degree. You speak some Spanish? No. If you didn't notice, I answered that in Spanish, but I got donde está el baño. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me llamo T-Bone, la naranja discoteca, muñeca, la biblioteca. That's all I got. It's from Community. No, I don't speak like any Spanish at all. I have a bachelor's in computer science 20 years ago. It means nothing today. Yeah, especially industries like that where it's like I was minoring in computer science and we were learning C++, and like nobody uses that anymore. I took 2 semesters minoring in computer science, and it was cool. It was neat to get like a basic of how programming works because I had no idea. So now, like as I learn, and you know, I've dabbled in some Swift courses and things like that. Like it is neat, and it did give me a foundation. But like really diving into and like finishing that would have done almost nothing. Someone said I looked like Homelander. What's up with Homelander's like lips that freak me out? Something about his face is really, it's like in the uncanny valley. I bet they do it on purpose. He looks like he's wearing makeup. Pretty sure he's wearing like eyeliner or something, or mascara maybe. Compared to electric guitar, is acoustic guitar better for beginners? No. I think you should learn both. I think they're both important skills, but no. No, I think acoustic guitar is harder. I think it's more enjoyable. I think the only reason parents like start their kids off with acoustic is because when their kids are really bad at guitar, they don't want it super distorted and overdriven and loud, and it's like when it's really bad, and so they put them on the acoustic guitar, so it's more tolerable. But no, acoustic guitar is way harder to play than electric. You just learn some power chords. Learn them both. The best way to learn guitar is to learn songs that you want to play. It's the best way. Find things that you want to play and learn those. Otherwise, you're going to get bored of it real fast. Don't start with scales. You can learn scales later. You will learn scales. By learning songs, you will inevitably learn how scales work. And then once you've gotten the foundation of just learning how to use the guitar, then start learning, you know, oh, let's top off these fundamental skills. Did you do the Wave mic arm reviews? I agree, by the way. Stop spamming that. We have 150 people in chat. Like, I'm gonna miss stuff. But I did it a year ago. There was a video on all the stuff Elgato released that day, and that was in there. But I've never done a full review on mic arms because I feel like that's a really boring video. Here's one. I like it. Review over. If you could give me life advice, I just graduated school this month, what would it be? Just graduated high school or graduated college? Because those are 2 very different pieces of advice. I don't think I can recommend people going straight out of high school into college anymore. Like, I'm not going to be the guy who says college is useless. High school. Like, I'll never be the guy who says college is useless. Because there are situations like, you want to be a doctor, you want to be an engineer, you want to be something very traditional that the world still needs. Absolutely, there's a reason for it. There's a reason that exists. But just in general, the bare bones, like a general degree, is no longer a net positive. Unless you are specializing in something that is useful. Finance, right? If you want to work at a bank, law, those kind of things. Unless you want to do one of those things. Just going to college to go to college, don't do that. I'm not even saying go to trade school. I'm saying the world is full, the internet is full of information that you can learn anything you want to learn without spending tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Jorge, I don't think your like count is updating. I think at this point, I would recommend every single person take a year off after high school There's so many factors. I'm always afraid, like, in what situation could I be wrong? I do think there's momentum in school. Like, when you graduate high school, you are so used to the system of, like, waking up every morning, going to class, blah, 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 blah. Like, if you get out of that for a year, I can imagine it's hard to get back into it. So I'm still even hesitant to say that. But given how many people spend tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars on school that don't get them any degree or don't get them any job, don't help them at all, I don't think I can recommend people go straight to college after high school. Spend a year. And I don't mean spend a year on vacation. I mean spend a year pursuing, learning things that you want to do. Continue your brain in the learning process, right? What's something you're passionate about? Try it for a year. It'll be cheaper than going to school for a year. Go get a job or live with your parents for one more year. Ask them if you can have one more year with them. I do also recommend, by the way, that when you're adult, you move out of your home. That is, you get a lot of like finance gurus who say like live with your parents. It saves you so much money, especially with how expensive rent is and everything. And like, you're not wrong. Financially, it makes a lot of sense to live with your parents. But by living on your own, you develop a maturity level that you can't get any other way. I've known people who had a hard time moving away from home and they were stunted by it for sure. I mean, they were still, I'm not like saying that was the core of their personality, but like it shows when someone doesn't learn to be there, to learn to be an adult, you know? I'm not talking about one person in particular. I've known lots of people like this, but you got to get out. You got to learn to be an adult. But yeah, finish high school, get a job, and spend a year pursuing or live at home and don't get a job for one more year. Ask your parents, like, hey, can I try this? Can I live at home one more year and explore and make sure I know what I want to do before I start spending tens of thousands of dollars on a degree that might not do anything for me, you know? I think in general, that's very underrated advice. So when is the pup gonna get a dog bed in the studio? You mean this one? That he doesn't use? That you never use? Yeah, I'm looking at you. I got it for you. Maybe he doesn't like being under the desk. That's all it was? All right. Found the problem. I wonder if like it's warm over there. Doesn't feel like it's right under the PC, but like heat rises, so it's not like it could be extra warm over there. Maybe he just doesn't like being under the desk. I always assumed it was like a cave, you know? I like sleeping under and in. It's like, what, you know? The Condogbia. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but dude, thank you. Welcome to the Thrifty Boys. Thank you for the new member. You look extra handsome today? Oh my goodness, it's so nice. Well, so I never put the bed over there because it's where it's right underneath this camera. And originally I was gonna use that camera and I was gonna like hang out with you guys and talk with you guys and have that be a spot where I made content. And I talked about this a little bit in a previous stream. I don't want to get too into this. I've got some pretty serious burnout about content creation. I've been pushing through burnout for 2 years now. Like I've been burnt out for years. I've started these businesses I'm really excited about, Senpai Records, Senpai Animation, that I haven't been able to actually do anything with. Like, I haven't had the time to do anything with those companies except for manage it, which is the least fun part because I've spent all my time making YouTube videos. So I planned on like starting content and like buying cosplay or whatever, and realized very quickly I didn't want to be that kind of content creator. I'm 33 years old. I'm not an outgoing guy. I'm a huge introvert. I have Asperger's. I don't want to be like, whoa, guys, what's up? It's a new video on my channel where I dress up in different costumes. I don't even like going shopping. If I'm gonna start this channel from scratch, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do something I want to do. Jinja, by the way, welcome to the Thrifty Boys. Thank you. Where are you hanging up the nano leaves? No nano leaves here. No nano leaves here. Think it's fine if there's dead air in streams? Fun parts are very fun, but it makes me feel, but it makes me think the parts with dead air suck. Like in streams, that's just a part of being a new streamer. That's part of the early stages of growth. Find things that you can do in there, or if you're streaming too much, like if you're streaming hours and hours and you're not doing the other stuff that's going to help fill that dead air, like for example, if you're not making YouTube videos, you're not making TikToks, you're not making shorts, and you're streaming for hours with dead air, maybe rethink how many hours you stream. Pull back a little bit, shorten your streams to half the time, spend the time you would be streaming making TikToks or YouTube videos. Zenfinite? Welcome to the True Senpais, thank you. Seen a lot of people going to live streams to reduce the mental strain. Actually, live streams are one of the things that's added to my mental strain. I'm at a weird limbo right now with what I'm doing, where I really want to spend these streams doing music production and animation, but I haven't learned. Like, I've done a ton. I used to produce music. That was how my internet career started. Like, I produced all of my wife's music. Like, I know how to produce music. I know how to use production software, but I've never produced a lo-fi track before. And so until I kind of get the hang of how the instruments come together, and I get back into the swing of using Logic, which is the DAW that I've always used, and it's been years since I've used it, I don't want to spend a stream like hitting notes on a keyboard and like listening to 500 piano sounds. That's not fun. So I want to get like the basics first before I feel like I can actually do what I want to do on stream, you know? Why am I not able to get a good quality with the Sony a5100 and a6000? There's always a bluish thing in the image. I'm using a Sigma 16mm and Sony 16mm lens. There's always a bluish thing in the image. Could be a couple of things. I don't know what the bluish thing is. It could be a handful of things. Could be your lighting is a little bit blue. It could just be that those cameras have some weird color correction. I know between this camera, which is the new Sony a7 IV, and this old one, the original Sony a7S, that one is like more magenta. You can't really tell because I've color corrected it, but if I were to take off that color correction, let me just show you. Do you see? Okay, this is with the color correction on. You see how much more magenta and like much of a red tint there is on this one? I used to have this camera on my face here. That one used to be my face camera, and I would color correct it, and so it looked fine. But then when I went and did Zoom calls where the OBS color correction wasn't on it, I would be purple. My face would look purple because older cameras just didn't, like, especially Sony. Sony's older cameras didn't have as good of colors. Like, that was the big thing between Sony and Canon, is Canon had beautiful colors and Sony's did not. And Sony has crushed it recently. This camera looks so good. What's up, Nutty? How you doing, man? So if you're using an older camera like the a5100 and a6000, it's possible that it's just the colors coming out of it. You might also be using, so it could be lighting. It could just be that you need to color correct it in OBS. It could also be that you need to change the profile or the picture profile. Sony's have picture profiles, and you can try different ones. I'm on this one, I'm on picture profile 11. I know the a5100 is not going to have that, but that's like their cinema picture profile, but they'll all have slightly different colors. That's another big one. So those are the three that I would take a look at. Your actual lighting, color correction OBS. Actually, I would make that one last. Your lighting, your picture profile, and your, or if you got it used, even check to see if it has a hue tint, like a tint on it. Someone may have cranked it over to blue. Usually cameras have their own color correction built in. Check that first too. By the way, Nutty, that was really nice of you. Thank you so much. What's up, Pika? Nutty, how you been, by the way? How are your projects going? I feel like we should like, we made a video together, but you've been on my mind recently. I think, I feel like we could make something super dope for streamers. What do you think of S-Cinetone versus S-Log? We shoot our videos in S-Log, S-Log 3, and then we use a LUT inside Final Cut that changes S-Log to Cinetone. But of course, you still have all that dynamic range baked into it. So if you need to adjust stuff, you have more flexibility. No, we shoot all of our videos in S-Log, but in terms, like, Cinetone is so beautiful that lots of times if I'm just doing run and gun stuff, like my vlog footage, I shouldn't say, not my vlog footage. Yeah, like any kind of vlog footage that I'm doing that's not like me sitting down with set lighting, any vlog footage, I just set it to Cinetone. Because S-Log can't do auto ISO, auto exposure down below, I think it's like 640? I don't remember. It's got a pretty high minimum ISO. And so whereas Cinetone can get all the way down to like 200. So just for the most part, like if I'm just vlogging, Cinetone looks so good. But if I'm sitting there, like whenever I'm sitting at my desk and I'm shooting a video and I've got my lights set up and it's very controlled, I always shoot in log. So many things going on right now. Nobody told me being a content creator would be so much work. It's not. Being a content creator, guys, being a YouTuber is easy. Everybody knows this. Scared Teacher, thank you for the super chat. Oh, I'm sorry. That was 4 minutes ago. I'm so sorry. It took me 4 minutes. I want to say I love your work. At Alpha or new now Senpai Gaming channel, it's been super helpful. Looking forward to talking maybe one day if our paths cross. That'd be great. I'm looking forward to cons coming back. Hopefully not getting COVID at them and meeting a bunch of people again. I miss you guys. How can I grow my viewership? Play popular games? I feel like that's a troll. If it's not, I'll answer it seriously because you pay $2. No, make content outside of your stream. That's how you grow your viewership. Make YouTube videos, make TikToks, make YouTube shorts, make work on Instagram. Stuff that I'm not doing very well right now, but I've literally this month I've started posting videos only once a week instead of twice a week, so that like that's how important it is. I've cut my videos in half, my number of videos in half, so that I can focus on like short form content and stuff, and YouTube on this channel. Been eating those eggplants? And I saw it. I was eating the eggplants. Don't lie to me. Zoroastro. I'm trying to remember if I saw your tweet or not. I remember you. You mentioned that I told you to tweet at me, and I'm trying to remember. I know I've thought about it a couple times since then. Respond to your tweet. Just reping your original tweet if you tweeted at me. It's not something we're like diving into today. We're kind of toying around with it right now. I've got someone messing around. By the way, if you guys want to know what all these are behind me, I ripped out my light structures. Light fixtures. They were terrible. And they were stupidly expensive, and they were 90s tech. And actually, you can see there is a hole in my wall behind me. See, you can see a corner of it. That little dark spot right there. You can't see it very well, but that's actually a hole in the wall because these lights, not these ones. The lights I had before required 3 parts buried into the wall just to function. It's just old tech. So we ripped them out. I returned them. Got all my money back, which is great. And then instead, I'm gonna build light fixtures and fill them with Elgato lights. And we're gonna see how it looks. Do YouTube Shorts help grow normal YouTube videos anyway? Sure. It gets a lot of extra exposure. You get subscribers from it. I've posted a YouTube short that got a ton of views and I got a couple thousand subscribers from it. And now those people are notified every time you post your full-length videos. Of course it matters. I'll re-ping that tweet once I find it. Thank you, Zoroaster. I apologize. It's not at the forefront of my mind. We got a million other things we're doing. That's just something that I'm like, I've spoken to someone. I'm like, hey, I have this really cool idea. Please dip your toe in the water. Let's see how doable this is, you know? If you have, when you re-ping that tweet, if you can send me a link to something you've done, that'd help a lot. It's hard to convert viewers from short form to long form. Of course it is. Sure. That's why you need to be doing both. Make the long form that's going to bring people in, but then also make the short form that's going to bring even more people in. Short form is easy to be discovered, hard to convert. Long form is hard to get discovered, easy to convert. You just need to be doing both. Do you still post your shorts where they don't show up in your subscription feed? We do, yeah. In fact, we've started posting shorts almost every day on the Senpai Gaming channel. When is the Rodecaster Pro 2 video coming out this week? I believe Tuesday. I've been thinking about cutting my interviews into shorts or reels or TikToks. Do you have some advice on how to make the process easier? What are you doing to make it difficult? The process should be pretty easy. You find a spot that you think would make a good one. You throw it in your video editing software and you just cut it up. What was the best way to learn your camera to the max? Just playing with it or actually finding a guide? Do you recommend any guides? Both. Toy around with it. Google specific things. Watch other videos, see what they do, say, how do I do that? Then Google, don't just Google like tricks, camera tricks. I mean, do Google that. That's a good thing to Google, but then also make sure you're Googling like, how do I shoot really great slow-mo? Or how do I do, you know, search specific things so you actually learn something applicable. Dude, I'm dying to call Google. We're about to save like 40 bucks a month on internet, and our upload speed's gonna go from 35 megabits to 1,000 megabits. I could even get up to 2 gigabit speeds. Free home mesh Wi-Fi included. That's good because we're actually having problems with our Wi-Fi setup. I might look into that too. I'm calling in like 20 minutes. Do you think things like TubeBuddy or VidIQ are worth using? I need to dive into those more. I've seen people use them and like seriously vouch for them. I have not really used them, so I can't really say. I would guess that it's one of those things where if you are already, like, people are probably going to rely on those. Like, a lot of that is about, like, SEO, about giving you guides for, like, making the process easier, giving you guides for your titles and thumbnails, seeing what's relevant, which are all really great things to do. But I can see a lot of new content creators seeing that as, like, vidIQ is going to get me subscribers. It's only going to help if you're doing a good job already. You know? Which is, I feel like I should probably look into it and like give it a shot for a month. Do you still recommend the Beacon mic since it went up in price? Did it go up in price? When did it go up in price? I think it just went on Amazon, didn't it? No, 280 bucks. Looks like the same price to me. Beacon.com. Explore mic. $280. It did not go up in price. Still the same price it was. VidIQ is good for SEO. That's it. Yeah. So it's all like SEO, which I mean, SEO is great. SEO is awesome. I would love someone to be researching every one of my titles and tell me, hey, the word you're using here is not being searched. This word is being searched 1 million times a day. Put that one in instead. That's a big deal. And I know like vidIQ and TubeBuddy. I think that's another thing. There are two services and I don't know which one does which. I don't know which one's better. vidIQ can help you find good terms to target for SEO. That's basically it. Yeah, if you are, especially if you're already like, if the algorithm is a friend of yours, right? You're already getting recommended to people. You're already getting views. I would even say, no, I'd even say if you're brand new and you're just trying to get discovered, like that is good. It's not going to help. He just walked 4 steps off his bed and then laid back down. Okay, that wasn't the problem. If your content's not good, it's not going to help at all. So, where'd my cursor go? There we go. One sec. Dang, I saw a question. I saw a word. And I lost it. How did I lose it? My brain saw it out of the corner of the eye. Corner of its eye, and now it's gone. Oh. What's your opinion on the current Beacon stuff has issues from Epos Vox right now? I made a whole video on where I stand on it. No, the everything's been blown out of proportion by that community. Honestly, I wouldn't trust those at all. I did a very unbiased video on it a couple months ago. I've been using it for a couple months or whatever. These are my thoughts, and I gave like my favorite things, my least favorite things about it. They've dramatically improved it. It's a great microphone. It's a great system. Would you use an A10 Mini for for video game streams? I'm not crazy about the way the A10 Mini works. I mean, for stuff like podcasts and stuff, it seems really great. I need to look more into it. It just doesn't seem like the best situation for streamers. I think if you're looking for multiple inputs, there are much cheaper multiple input capture cards like the Elgato Elgato Camlink Pro. The quad capture card is fantastic, and it integrates into your Stream Deck, which you're already using for all your stuff, versus having another interface out front that all feeds into like it doesn't seem like the best controller for gaming streams. What are these crazy hippie super chats? They're super cool. That's what they are. And Blank SDA, welcome to the Thrifty Boys. Chris the Menace, welcome to the True Senpais. Matt Severt, welcome to the Thrifty Boys. Thank you guys. Do you see the Beacon Mix Create 2022 roadmap? No. You guys want to look at it? What was it on Twitter? Where are you guys finding the roadmap? Beacon roadmap. Oh. Did you guys hear that? I'm not seeing anything on the roadmap. Wait, roadmap for Beacon projects? No, that's a totally different thing. Yes, under the newest tweet, I asked about it. This one? That's not the newest. That's not it. Which one? This one? Is that a vibrator? In what world? Gotta go, dude. E5V. Thanks for being here, man. Wait, justifies. I'm looking for it. Which, you can't just say that one. We're on like a 7-second delay. You gotta give me more than that. Go up. Tell me what the tweet is about. Oh, future calendar. There it is. Found it. I found it. No thanks to you. All right. Says, hey everyone, John here. So John was actually in, I don't know if he's still in here, probably not. John was in chat earlier. He's kicked tripod. So I said, just want to take a minute to discuss our plans for Beacon in 2022. We're really proud of Beacon Mic, Beacon Mix, Beacon Mix Create. We're already thinking of ways to enhance those products to make them even better this year. Music VOD channel, they did that. That's fantastic. Beacon Mix Create and Beacon Mix OBS integration. That's interesting. So you'll be able to turn up and down audio sources, OBS audio sources. I'm assuming that's what they're talking about. I don't know. That's oh, it says right here. One feature we think would be incredibly powerful. Wait, so this is Beacon Mix. Oh, okay. Beacon. It tells you what they are. Got it. The ability to control OBS audio sources directly from your Beacon Mix Create. Maybe even Beacon Mix. Stay tuned. Thanks to the Beacon Mix Create's knob paging feature and a screen that reflects information instantly, OBS integration can really shake out. Okay, cool. Yeah, so controlling your OBS features or OBS, your audio inputs. Which is really cool. Beacon Mix Create VST support. That's super dope. That'd be great. That needs to happen. Drag and drop interface. Oh, I see. So to make the, so you can see, so I've got here, so I use both the Beacon Mix. Can you see it from this angle? Okay, you can't see it from that angle. I've got both the Beacon Mix Create and the Beacon Mix, right? So this is the normal one. Like if I want to assign one of my mic inputs, I have to like scroll through this. It's not a great experience. But the Beacon Mix is so simple. It shows you all of your inputs and outputs, and you just drag what you want onto the channel. It like, dude, the Beacon Mix is phenomenal. The Beacon Mix Create obviously has more features, but it's not as super easy to use as this one. So they're talking about making the Beacon Mix Create work the exact same way with it being drag and drop. It's really cool. Default devices page. Let's face it, default devices in Windows can't be trusted. After app updates, Windows updates, and new peripherals get plugged in, there's no telling how Windows is going to react. We've got a really great idea to help with this within our app. Don't want to share too much. This would be fantastic. Okay, just so you know what they're talking about. Maybe like once a week, I load up my computer and none of my devices work. Because for some reason, in here, Windows decides, hey, chat's not going to be your default communication device anymore. The system's not going to be your default communication device anymore. If I turn a monitor off and on, that grabs the default device. And so like I have to go in and I have to check like, oh, okay, these got mixed up again. Windows decided it wanted to change my default devices, and it looks like you'll be able to change that from the app, which would be really dope. I hate Windows. Windows is so terrible. Microsoft is can I just vent for a moment? We do this like once a month. Just if you're new in here, expect this, a Microsoft rant. Microsoft is one of the largest companies in the world, And every single thing they do is the worst version of that kind of product. Windows, just garbage. It's garbage software. The fact that I've got 2 monitors here, I need to adjust this camera. It's showing too much of this monitor here. I got 2 monitors here. I'll show you. They are the same height. They're the same. One of them is ultra wide, but they're the same height. But it thinks this one's smaller. Just because it's 1440p. This one's 4K, this one's 1440p. They're the same height. And so when I drag stuff from one onto the other, it has to resize. And sometimes it doesn't resize. Just let me tell you it's the same size. Or do what Mac does. The Mac does it based on the size of the monitor. That's just one example of how terrible Microsoft is. Video conference calling. Microsoft Teams, absolutely the worst. 100%. Google Meet, fantastic. Zoom, fantastic. Anytime we use... I jumped on a Microsoft Teams call the other day. Wouldn't pick up my microphone. I had the right microphone selected. I had everything set properly. They couldn't hear me. Teams, absolutely the worst. OneDrive, they also have 2 of everything. Skype, terrible. Skype's terrible. For file sharing, Microsoft has 2. They have OneDrive, blows. They have SharePoint. Do you know what SharePoint does? We have one company that shares their stuff with us with SharePoint. If we leave a SharePoint window open, random downloads. They'll just like every 15 seconds, a random file just downloads. And it won't tell us what it is. It doesn't do anything. And another one downloads, just overwrites the previous one. It is... Everything Microsoft does is the worst at what it does. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. Just use Google Drive. It's fantastic. Just use Google Drive. Use Dropbox. Use WeTransfer. I don't care. Just don't use OneDrive and don't use SharePoint. Your personal OneDrive is technically a private SharePoint page. That makes sense. That makes sense. And they're both awful. Show personal listening device on screen. Guys, this one? Show personal listening device on screen? That was my suggestion. You know how many times I've told them this drives me insane. I can't tell. Like, I don't know whether, like when I boot up my computer, I don't know if it's coming out of my speakers or if it's coming out of my headphones. I have to boot up the app, click down. I have to boot up the app, click down on the mix create, and look down here, which is weird, but I don't know why it's sized all weird. Why is that? Beacon. Why is that halfway covered? Doesn't matter. I have to look on here to see if it's coming out of my headphones or my speakers. I'm like, there's so much room on this screen. There's so much unused space on this screen. Just let me see if it's coming out of my speakers or my headphones. So I'm happy. I wish this was the first thing they were doing. I wish this was over here. This is, in my opinion, the most important thing that needs to be on here. Put it at the front, guys. I'm not too fond of Beacon products. That's fair. I love them. I'm a huge fan. They do things that no other device does. And if I had to get rid of them, I'd be very sad. Anyway, just to give context to the title of the screen one last time, since there are probably a lot of people in here that didn't hear this in the beginning. So I am gonna be building my own. Just so you know, I ripped out the light fixtures in the ceiling and I sent them back because they were terrible. And I've got 8 Elgato light strips. Well, I got 2 Elgato light strips and 6 extensions. So basically I've got 2 Elgato light strips that are 4 times longer than normal. And I wanted to see how well they light up this room. Now, right now, you can see like some are hanging down, they're piled on the floor, and half of them are pointing straight up at a black ceiling. So it's not doing a great job right now. It's not doing, I should say, it's not doing a perfect job. But like, just so you can see, let me show you. This was my previous lighting. So this was the light that's been lighting up my room before. This is it so far now, with stuff like hanging down onto the floor and pointing upwards. I'm very excited. I'm gonna be building like proper light fixtures that are just full of these. They're gonna be diffused, pointing down, and I can control them from my Stream Deck. And if I really want some moodiness, I can change the color. They're all RGB. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna try to do it this week, maybe. With how hard you work, what is your source of caffeine? Until like a couple months ago, I was drinking about 2 Red Bulls a day, which is why I look like this. I used to have abs. I know I'm not like fat or anything, but like I'm gooey, very gooey. If Red Bull wasn't in my life, I would have abs, and that makes me sad. Change the colors to what? What do you want to change the colors to? That almost makes me look green screen because I'm lit so well from the front and edge lit that like that didn't affect me very much. Let's make it a YouTube versus Twitch. Oh, who's gonna win? Do you Streamlabs? No. Sponsor hairs already? I'm trying to quit Red Bull. That's my point. I'm trying to stop. In fact, I had my agent reach out to me and tell me, apparently Red Bull actually reached out. Did this get brighter? Feels like the room is brighter. Maybe I made him a little bit too warm. Because they were a little bit too orange. That looks nice. Yeah, so from this to this, with half of them pointing up at a black ceiling, like it's gonna look great. Switch to Bang? No, so the majority of my caffeine comes from Bai Bubbles. They've got 1 gram of sugar. It's got about 1/3 of the caffeine. This is my nicotine strip for Red Bull. That's what it is. Need a pro's opinion, L-shaped desk or opposing desk? I don't know what opposing desk is. I like L-shaped desks. My last one was an L-shaped desk. I like it a lot. This one is a massive L-shaped desk. You can see it wraps all the way around to there. I like L-shaped desks. I think that's more of a personal opinion though. Oh. Red Bull reached out to you? I remember my agent telling me she was in a conversation with Red Bull and asked if I wanted a sponsorship. And telling them no was very, very difficult because I was still hooked on Red Bull at the time. And I was like, I want to, but I'm trying to quit. I need to be off. I'm probably, now you make me want a Red Bull. I can't talk about Red Bull this much. I think I'll actually probably grab some tonight anyway. We're hanging out with a buddy across the street who's got a whole shelf of Red Bull for me. So, can't get it during the day because I'm probably going to be drinking 16 ounces of Red Bull tonight. Beacon would really break the mold if they had macOS utilization. I don't think they'd be breaking any mold. Most streamers, very few streamers use Mac. And also, the Wave XLR has Mac integration. So they wouldn't be breaking any molds. I think they've got other stuff to focus on first. As a big Mac user, like, I get it, but even I don't think that is their best use of resources right now. SteelSeries Nova Pros. Can they connect to two PCs directly? The old Pros can if you use the 3.5 millimeter from one USB to the other. So they have two USBs, so you can plug two computers in at a time, but I believe they can only do one at a time. And you have to switch back and forth. It's one of the first settings, is switching between USB sources. So I don't believe you can do that. You can use a line in the same way as before. It has a line in and a line out. I think it's got a line out. I think I've got it over here, don't I? Where did I put that? All right, I thought I had it over here. I must have moved it. Yeah, pretty sure they got a line in and a line out. They do, because I used the line in. No, I do. I don't remember. I don't actually use it. I plugged it in. I tried it for a little bit. The line in has a pretty significant delay, and I thought I could get used to it. Couldn't get used to it. How does one restart a monetized channel? Follow the same genre as before the 6-month break. How does one restart a monetized channel? It depends on why you stopped. If you go back and you go do the entire, like the same, did you enjoy what you did? I guess I'm just confused about why you stopped. If you stopped doing something for 6 months, if you needed a break, it probably doesn't seem like a good idea to go back and do the same thing. But if you enjoyed it and it was working, and you needed a break for totally separate reasons, go back, do the same thing. That's what your audience is there for. If it wasn't working and you were burning out and your numbers were slowly going down, no, I'd say make a change. It doesn't have to be a drastic change. It can just be like course correcting, But it totally depends on how your channel was doing at the time before you took a break and how you were doing, if you enjoyed it. I think people are if I can make like one more thought here, I think a lot of content creators are really afraid to try new things and are really afraid to make changes. And as an introvert and as a gamer, I think it's not really a problem with the industry. It's a problem with the people who gravitate towards this industry. I think we are people of comfort. It's why we don't like going out in large groups and at loud places and everything. We like being at home by ourselves, and going out of our comfort zone is against our nature. Especially when you see people sitting around playing video games, making millions of dollars, and you're like, I want to do that. I don't want to have to go and make massive effort. But you have to understand that those people are not only anomalies, and lots of times they're lucky, but also they are literally built for doing that. They're perfect for doing it. Whether they're like pro status player and have been gaming competitively since they were 5, or they are in an area, an industry dominated by men, usually lonely men, and they are fun, outgoing, attractive women. And that's not at all a negative thing I'm saying, by the way, but it's fun, attractive women who also enjoy playing video games and they're fun to watch. That, of course, is going to blow up in this industry. And lots of times, the majority of us just aren't that, either of those things. Or someone like Ludwig, who is just an extrovert, outgoing, confident, a lot of things that I'm not, and a lot of us aren't. Like, those people are built for this, for just doing whatever they want. He said, I burnt out, wasn't enjoying it. Then definitely don't go back and do the same thing. Make a change, man. What wasn't working? What was working, and what did you enjoy? Change everything else. You should take a vacation. Man, that's a bigger topic than you think it is. There's a point where you have to be a realist and recognize you pay people's bills. You run a company that's still very much in like the bootstraps phase, that needs me to be working on it daily. A lot of things are in the start. We got like 3 or 4 projects in the startup phase. As much as like you know, if you could tunnel vision yourself and say, my mental health is not at a great point. I need a vacation. While a vacation would potentially fix that, I actually would argue that it wouldn't right now. I'd be so stressed about everything we're working on crumbling and falling because I would be neglecting everything that needs me right now, and everything I've worked for the last 5 years would just fall apart. And it would stress me out so much that I couldn't even enjoy the vacation. Like at the end of the day, like whenever people tweet out, like if I were to tweet out, I'm struggling, I'm burnt out, I don't enjoy what I do. Everyone who follows me on Twitter, everyone who would respond to me is a huge supporter and would say, take a break, you deserve it, we'll be here for you when you get back. And that's true. Those people will be there for me when I get back. But that is a tiny fraction of my audience. That is the 1% of my audience. The vast majority of the other 99% won't. That's the way it is. You know? Was a live streamer for 1 year, 8 hours of work, 3 hours streaming, 400 days burnt out. Yeah, that makes sense. Enjoy making videos on the same channel, unsure if YouTube would recommend me. Yeah, so you do have to find something. I mean, the algorithm's an algorithm. You need to make sure you're making content that your audience that watches your live streams would also want to watch. If you're gonna do them both on the same channel, which is the optimal situation, that's the whole point. They're supposed to cross-pollinate. If you were to do both on the same channel, you need to make sure that there is significant enough crossover that one isn't hurting the other one. Vacations with other people are too much stress? Dude, I get that. I want to take a trip to Japan all by myself. I really want to do that. Like, just find a place, crash there by myself for like 3 weeks, and live like a local, and bring the essentials. Stream from there, make music from there, make lo-fi stuff. Like, don't make it a vacation, make it a retreat. Like, I want to take a lo-fi retreat to Japan. Maybe even vlog some stuff. Vlog a couple days while I'm there. It would be interesting work. It would be exactly what I needed, and it would be work. How's the wife feel about that? Not great. What you mean with an 8.5-month-old baby at home? How does the wife feel about me leaving for 3 weeks? What do you think, Vlad? Oh. No, she wouldn't be stoked about it. That'd be fun to watch. Maybe I can convince her. So here's the thing, I also can't do that right now because Japan's not open to that right now. If you go to Japan, there are limited people that can get into the country, and they can only do like a guided tour. I would want to find like an Airbnb or whatever, VRBO, whatever, find a place, wait till they fully open up, find a place that I can crash at for 3 weeks and just work by myself for 3 weeks. Maybe even two. Maybe I'm going overboard. You know how like you go to dinner and you're like, oh my gosh, I want 2 filet mignons. And then you get like almost done with the first one. You're like, this was a mistake. When you're hungry, it's like why you don't go shopping while you're hungry. I think after a week and a half, I'd be like, I think I'm ready to go home. So maybe we do 2. That means he already asked her and she said no. Shut up. Stop talking, Nutty. Stop telling people my secrets. No, I haven't asked her that yet. I haven't even thought about it until now. We've talked about, here's what we have talked about. We've talked about us going out to Japan together. No, that's not true, actually. That's not, she said yes, actually. We talked about going to California together. And then she and Lennon going home and me continuing off to Japan for a little bit. I don't know. I don't remember how long she said she's okay with, but I could probably do it for 2 weeks. Maybe once Lennon's like a year and she's a little bit more manageable. You know? I'm gonna go ask her. I'm also gonna go call Google Fiber. You guys want to do a wholesome raid here? Want to find someone with like less than 10 viewers and just do the thing? Here's a new person I haven't seen yet. Hold on a second. This chair is killing my back. Oh, why am I in this chair? This is the chair that kills my back. I didn't even think about it. Shoot. Oh, that's right. 20 viewers. He's not in subscription mode. 19 viewers. Playing some PUBG too. Oh, this is absolutely the guy. All right, guys, you know the rules. You gotta be uplifting, gotta be wholesome, gotta be supportive. Does he have a join button? He's got a join button? How much are his memberships? $5? Do you guys have $5 lying around, want to join a membership? I think at the last one we rated that had a membership, I think I joined. Guys, have an awesome one. I'll see you guys on Monday. And have an awesome raid, and let's support this guy. Love you guys. Peace.